Are Christmas movies a big part of your holiday season, but you don't know what to watch? I'm Billy Scaplehorn, and here are my top 10 Christmas movies of all time. Coming in at number 10 is Home Alone 2. After Home Alone 1, I thought it was impossible to lose Kevin McAllister again, but yet it happened. At the airport, Kevin loses sight of his family and inadvertently boards a flight bound to New York City when the rest of the family is on the way to Florida. He sneaks into the Plaza Hotel, and through heroic acts, he tries to stop the thieves Harry and Marv from Home Alone 1 from stealing Christmas. Coming in at number 9 is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the 1964 stop-action animation fan-favorite film of all time about a misfit reindeer and his friends on a quest to find a place that will accept them. The animation starts off with Rudolph not fitting in with the other reindeer because of his red nose. Rudolph leaves the North Pole after being made fun of and meets other misfits, has a few encounters with the abominable snowman, and ultimately winds up back in the North Pole to save Christmas because of his red nose. The music is obviously a huge part of most Christmas specials, and Rudolph is no exception. Coming in at number 8 is another fan-favorite animated movie, Frosty the Snowman. A discarded top hat becomes a focus of a struggle between a washed-up magician and a group of school children after it magically brings a snowman to life. Realizing that newly living Frosty will melt in spring unless he takes refuge in a colder climate, Frosty and a young girl who he befriends stow away on a freight train headed for the North Pole. Little do they know that the magician is following them and wants his hat back. This animated short is based on the popular Christmas song of the same name. Coming in at number 7 is A Charlie Brown Christmas. Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer. And for Peanut fans everywhere, it is just what wouldn't be Christmas without the classic holiday delight. Christmas lights may be twinkling red and green, but Charlie Brown has the Yuletide blues. To get in holiday spirit, he takes Lucy's advice and directs the school play. And what's a Christmas play without a Christmas tree? But everyone makes fun of the short, spindly, never-green Charlie Brown brings back, until the real meaning of Christmas works out its magic once again. Coming in at number 6, the Santa Claus. Divorced dad Scott, played by Tim Allen, has custody of his son, Charlie, played by Eric Lloyd, on Christmas Eve after he accidentally kills a man in a Santa suit. They are magically transported to the North Pole, where an elf explains that Scott must take Santa's place before the next Christmas arrives. Scott thinks that he's dreaming, but nevertheless, over the next several months, he begins to gain weight and grow an inexplicable white beard. Maybe that night at the North Pole wasn't a dream after all, and maybe Scott has a lot of work to do. Coming in at number 5 is A Christmas Story. In the beloved holiday movie, adult Ralph Barker is remembering back to Christmas season when he was 9 years old, living with his parents and his younger brother Randy in the northern Indiana town of Holman. Then largely known as Ralphie, he, like most kids, loved Christmas, his favorite time of year. The movie follows the wintry exploits of young star Ralphie Parker, who spends most of his time dodging a bully and dreaming of his ideal Christmas gift, a Red Ryder air rifle. Frequently at odds with his cranky dad and comforted by his doting mother, Ralphie struggles to make it to Christmas Day with his glasses and hope intact. Coming in at number 4 is the classic Polar Express. In this film, based on the classic children's book, the same name, a boy grows skeptical of the magic of Christmas and the existence of Santa Claus until he is visited by a mysterious train called the Polar Express. The train takes the boy and several other children to the North Pole to see Santa Claus. Along the way, the skeptical boy makes a new group of friends and encounters wonders and magics that cause him to question what he truly believes. Coming in at number 3 is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The Grinch is a grouchy creature with a small heart who lives on Mount Crumpet, which is just above Whoville. He is bothered by all the annoying Christmas activities and decides to stop and steal Christmas. He disguises himself as Santa and travels down the mountain on a sleigh with his dog Max, and goes into the chimney of the houses and steals all the presents, Christmas trees, and food. However, the bitter Grump finds a hitch in his plans when he encounters the endearing Cindy Lou Who. Coming in at number 2, everyone's favorite, Elf. On Christmas Eve, a baby at an orphanage crawls into Santa Claus's present bag and is unknowingly taken back to the North Pole and raised to an adult among Santa's elves. Unable to shake the feeling that he doesn't fit in, the adult buddy travels to New York in full elf uniform in search of his real father. As it happens, this Walter Hobbs, a cynical businessman, after a DNA test proves this, Walter reluctantly attempts to start a relationship with his childlike buddy, with increasingly chaotic results. Coming in at number 1 is my personal favorite, Home Alone. 8-year-old Kevin McAllister acts out the night before a family trip to Paris. His mother makes him sleep in the attic. As the McAllister family packs for the trip to Paris, his youngest family member, 8-year-old Kevin, whines about not being able to pack his own suitcase. His siblings pick on him and things get testy, causing his mother, Kate, to banish him to the attic bedroom. Kevin grumpily wishes that he didn't have a family anymore and that they would disappear. In the morning, the McAllisters leave in a huge hurry, and a miscount at the van taking them to the airport causes them to forget about Kevin. Yup, he's still in the attic, hanging out at home. Meanwhile, Kevin lives up at home, eating ice cream, watching violent movies, and riding in a toboggan down the stairs. It's a kid's fantasy, but his excitement soars when he realizes that two con men, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, plan to rob the McAllister residence. But he has other plans for them, and he must alone protect the family house. Now that you have heard my top 10, hopefully you have the idea of what to watch this holiday season. And this has been Billy Scaplehorn, and back to you at the anchor desk. And Merry Christmas.